Hello, good morning, everyone. So, uh, what we'll do? Okay, by the way, everyone can hear me. If not, please put it in the question answer dialog box that you have in front of you. So, just wanted to test it whether everyone can hear me. Amit, you have raised your hand. Okay, you put down your hand. Great, great, great. So, friends, before we start, I'll quickly introduce myself. So, my name is Mitul Sanghani, uh, and I've been associated with EduPristine for almost now 8 years or 7 years, 7 odd years. I've taken more than 75 batches of all the majority of the finance and related papers. Uh, and by qualification, I am a chartered accountant and I am an ACCA. And otherwise, I work with the Reliance Industries as one of their media company, which is called Geo Savan. And I work I work as a finance controller over there. So that's what my background is, and it's being around 10 to 12 years of experience in the industry, and 7 to 8 years of experience in teaching. So before we begin the session, let me tell you one thing. Uh, I would be able to attend majority of your questions with respect to subjects, papers, examinations, and everything. There may be some operational question which I may not be aware. So for that, you will have to get in touch with the concerned coordinator to whom you have got this particular meeting or the seminar invite. And the process what will follow. See, wherever you have questions, you keep posting it. I'll look into it, and I'll address it. Many times it would happen that automatically your questions will get covered as and when we progress into the seminar at the later part. So I'll deliberately keep it aside for some time, and post that we'll gonna start. Post that we're gonna attend it in together. Say for example, at that point in juncture, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. There is an option available, raise your hands, and I'll allow you to speak. You can talk, you can ask your question. We're gonna divide this seminar into three parts. One is like what is exactly an ACCA is all about. Second, how industry opportunities and people are seeing the ACCA as. And the last part is rather, in fact, this was industry and the industry opportunities is the third part. But second part would be more of a examination, curriculum, exemptions, and everything. So in this three sessions we'll be dividing, and which would go on around 50 minutes. And for last 10 minutes, we'll keep it open for the question and answer session. So that's how we're gonna begin. That's how we're gonna progress into this seminar. I forgot one thing. Besides teaching, I serve as a marker. That's an examiner for the CA and ACCA exam also. So that's an added advantage. I do carry because I get in a bit of an insight where generally the students end up doing a mistake in the specific papers. So that's my background is all about. What we can do, let me give me a couple of minutes. I'll just share my screen, and post that we're gonna start. Okay, everyone can see my screen. Uh, so let's begin. The full form itself is the first part. What it is, ACCA stands for Association of Certified Chartered Accountants. Uh, this is the ACCA at glance. So I would say ACCA is spread across almost all the countries in the world, all the recognized and reputed countries where they have the accounting professions. This is headquartered in London, and now it's 114 years old. The members base are more than 200,000 members, and students are around 550,000. Somewhere 80 to 90, I mean almost 100 offices and active centers are there. And majority of the Fortune 500 companies recognized and respected the ACCA professions. There are some statistics part of it says that 79% employers says that ACCA helps to grow their business by providing accountant with the skills and capabilities they need. And 89% of the Forbes 500 and 75% of the Forbes 2000 companies employ ACCA members and the students. If you see the global network, except for the China and not even China, but what you can say, the Russia region, it is present everywhere and very much recognized in European countries and Gulf countries. Here it is. The missing part is the Canada. Now they have the Canada tie-ups also. So yes, it is there everywhere. Let's look at how the ACCA as an Indian profession. So recognized by an employer over 800, sorry, over 8,500 approved employers. Important part is that ACCA is a founding member body of an International Federation of Accounts, and ACCA follows the IFAC compliance. So what happens here that since International Federation of Accountants is like a global accounting body which regulates and monitor the accounting professions across the world. So this is the body. This is the institute which is a part of that body. So definitely it gives you the flavor of the global recognition in itself. Super in UK, categorically it is recognized by the supervisory body, which is of the UK government, responsible for regulating the statutory auditors. ACCA secured a recognition by a number of key educational regulators globally. Officially endorsement by the education regulator is widely understood by employers, adding value to the employer's recognition of our qualification. So in terms of presence, infrastructure, everything is so sound that nobody have to bother about it. How it is valued by the employers. 79% of the employers have definitely given that distinctive accreditation, saying that the ACCA accountants are create a very distinguishing role for their business and help them to grow. 89% and almost 75% of the Forbes 500 and 2000 company respectively uh, employs the ACCA students. Oh, so definitely giving another the way once you become a qualified, you can always use your name after that ACCA. So that itself is a credibility that you bring up to your employer also, and it gives an immense immense what you can say the flavor or immense reputation to the organization. So that's why it is called as a global influencers. Um, and career opportunities are like not only ACCA qualification globally recognized and highly portable, but it offers members a flexibility to build their careers across the sector that they choose. So here it's a combination of both sectors also and any particular domain. So for example, if you want to go in a taxations, you can go in. If you want to go into management consultancy, you can go into that. So everything is on that. ACCA qualification equips members with a technical strength and business insights alongside sound financial management skills and strong ethics. Global research into our member work and earning underlines the portability and flexibility of ACCA qualification, with the members enjoying a wealth of opportunities in organization of every type and size. Our member holds variety of a senior position ranging across the professional services, commerce, industries, financial services, and everywhere. So that's plain vanilla. Let's so this is all about the ACCA background. Uh, in a nutshell, I would say you will have to think like this: that what you will be getting after becoming a ACCA is nothing but a globally mobile profession, globally recognized professions which you have your avenues to move across the world is becoming easy. So like if you would do, say for example, CA or maybe some local qualification, then you will have to go to the tie-ups. You will have to see whether the CA has a types of that particular country or not. If the types are not there, then probably you will have to get some sort of exemptions and enroll for that. So here, once you are the ACCA, you don't have to take in any exemptions. You can directly get entry into that particular country. So let's understand now curriculum perspective. I hope everyone is clear so far. So I'm pausing here for a minute. I hope everyone is clear so far. Any questions, any explanations? Great. Um, let's understand the most important part for you guys to understand, to figure out how you're going to pursue your curriculum. So that's so. First of all, the pretty simple eligibility criteria: 10+2 is of the education requirement, 65% in at least two subjects, and 50% in others. If you are pursuing the graduation in commerce, or uh, if you are pursuing the other graduations like BA and BSc, then also you can get through through the foundation in accountancy. So that is a pretty straightforward. Nothing you will have to do. I mean, there is no cutoff, no stringent criteria like uh, MBAs or something. Now, how this paper pattern goes, I'll give you a little distinguishing insight. So let's understand this. So this is your entire pathway, or this is your entire journey of ACCA. So it is divided into three levels. The first level is called as a knowledge level, second is a skill, and third is a professional. And along with that, these coupled with the practical experience, you become a ACCA. Now what it is and how it works, I'm gonna spend majority time here because that's where you need a clarity. And generally I have seen that students who jump into the ACCA qualification, they don't realize that where they are jumping into. Okay, because they might be influenced, or they might be, get carried away with the what your peers or the friends are taking as a decision. You end up taking those decisions. So will understand in detail how each papers and how each qualification works. So see, there is in total it made up of 14 papers, 3 at knowledge, 6 at skills, and 4 at 13 papers, 4 at professional level. Erstwhile it used to be 14, now it's 13. So knowledge level, consider a purely an entrance test. It will be uh, purely an entrance test where you will be tested on your basics and fundamentals. It will be always a paper pattern here. It's a MCQs, multiple choice questions, all 100 marks MCQ, computer based exams. In the computer only, you will have to tick and check, and the paper will be evaluated on the computers itself. Three papers are here. F1 accountant in business. So as an accountant, what all aspect that you should be learning about the business? So all aspect of the organization you should be learning. Say for example, economical environment, then what are the monetary, how the monetary policy influences the business, how the fiscal policy influences the business. So all those things put together is comes into the part of F1. So it's a purely theoretical subjects. How the organization system works, what are the processes and the roles of the organization, accounting, auditing, basics of everything will be here. Second is a management accounting. What it is called is that it is a principle of the costings. So like how costing fundamentals and principles will be used and applied into the real life. So this is a foundation for that. So again, this is more of a, there is a how to cost the material, how to cost the labor, how to cost the overheads. There are certain specific techniques, like say for example, there are particular organization or particular product has to go through the multiple processes. So how to value the each processes, how to determine the cost of each processes. Then there is a service organization. Say for example, EduPristine is like a service organization or transportation company, passenger transportation company. So how they would be determining their cost, because there is a particular feature like in EduPristine, it will be like number of hours that will be spent for one subject. So and plus it's a combination of the number of students, correct? The cost will increase because revenue will increase according to the number of students, and the cost will increase according to the number of hours. So it's a combination of that. Typically you consider the hotel industry, okay? So in hotel, the more the number of rooms and more the number of occupancies, it's costed distinctively. Then, so this is the F2 management accounting. F3 financial accounting. It's again the basic principle of the financial accounting: general ledger, subsidiary books, financial statement, cash flow statements. What you can say, the branch accounting, foreign currency accounting, and everything. So all the basics will be here. Now the interesting part of this is this paper F1, F2, F3. Once you clear this knowledge level paper, you will be moved to the skills level paper. So at knowledge level paper, you can appear the paper in any order. So for example, if you have completed your F2 training, so you can appear for F2. F3 you have completed, you can appear for F3, and then you can appear for F1. So it's completely flexible, but amongst that particular level, you will have to first complete that, then you can move to the next level. And these exams are conducted throughout the year because it's an online exam, MCQ exams. So these are conducted throughout the year. Once your training and classes gets over, you will have to appear for the exam by day after taking all three Dhruva, all three papers are the MCQ. F1 to F3, all three papers are MCQ. No writing of the answers. So this is how your knowledge level scale. So once you are through with the knowledge level, that means you are through with your fundamentals, you will be moved to the skills level. Now, what would happen, how distinct the skills level from the knowledge level is, definitely there are few additional introductions of the new subjects. Second, what you have learned at your earlier level, that is a knowledge level and the college level, how you're going to apply into the real life situation will be tested here. So that's why I always consider this profession, this curriculum as a combination of two things. One is definitely it's a professional exam. Second, it gives a flavor of an MBA. Abhi MBA में क्या होता है? What happens in the MBA? They give lots of real life projects. So here also you will be given an ample number of the case studies, and on that basis of the case studies, why whatever fundamentals of the concept that you have learned, how you're going to implement in the real life, that will be tested here. So the skills level is completely changes the flavor. So here, so knowledge level, you would be asked like calculate, determine, derive, something like that. So it's basically somewhere around calculation, analyzing, and everything. When you move to the skills level, the answer, the paper pattern gets changed. So it's a 60 marks of the MCQ and 40 marks of the constructive response question, where you will have to either type or solve in the spreadsheet. But again, these exams are the computer based exams, so nothing has to be write down with the pen and paper. If it's something to do with the writing, you will have to write into the word processing, and if something has to be solved, then it has to be solved in the spreadsheet. There are other tools available. So and the 60 marks MCQ is again the computer based. So on their examination portal only you will have to select. So how this three papers are how this 100 marks are segregated, there is section A, section B, and section C. Section A is a plain vanilla case, a plain vanilla MCQ, but little at an advanced level. So 30 marks for that. Section B is a most difficult because it is a case study based. So there will be one case study will be there, and probably 10 questions of the 3 marks each will be given for one case study. Okay. So so each three, I mean so there are in total sorry, I think so 5 5 5, yeah, 2 marks for each questions and 3 case studies will be there. Okay, so that adds up to 30 marks. So what would happen? You will be given a case study, and subject to that case study, there will be a 5 questions, and it will be most difficult because here you will have to apply your brainer, derive something, do the complex calculations and everything. So this is how the first section 30 marks, second section 30 marks, and last section is a 40 marks, where the constructive response will come into the picture, where you will be provided the detailed questions divided into generally one question of 20 marks each, and sorry, I think one question of 20 marks each, so total 2 questions adding up to 40 marks. Now each each of these 2 questions will have some segregation, like 12 marks of the solving, 8 marks of the writing, maybe 13 marks of the solving, or 14 marks of solving, and 6 marks of the writing. So how it is that, say for example, on for financial reporting, you will have to prepare the financial statement and give the comments, like what was wrongly done, how it has been corrected, what is the impact, what are the disclosures to be given. So those needs to be written down. So section A 30, section B 30, section C 40 marks. I hope everyone is clear on this. Now let's understand the each subjects. The first paper comes as a corporate and business laws. Here it comes with the variants like UK variant, Irish variants. I think Malta variants is also there. So, but generally people opt for the UK variant because Indian corporate and business law is exactly the resemblance of the UK variant. So that becomes unhelpful. So here you will be learning like the Companies Act, Sale of Goods Act. Probably you would have learned something at your earlier level also. So those are Partnership Act and everything. Then the next paper is a performance management, which is an advanced version of F2. So the way I mentioned, like what you have learned as a principle of the costing, how you're going to implement in the real life, that will be tested here. More or less the concepts remain same, bearing apart the 20 to 30% of the new introduction of the concept, which is more of a practical thing. Then this is a new subject of that taxations. Again, it comes with the multiple variants: Irish, UK, Malta, Singapore. Uh, I think Mauritius is also there, and Maldives is also there. So depending, say for example, if one person is very determined that okay, he wants to settle down into Singapore, then probably he should go for the taxation of the Singapore variants, something like that. And it will be the tax laws, computation of individual income tax, corporate income tax, indirect taxes, and everything. The financial reporting is again the advanced version of the financial accounting. Here you will be learning all the concept of the international accounting standards, how each accounting standard, disclosure requirements, presentation, recognition, measurement, everything will be done into the real life situation. So that is an advanced version. The last is a second last is a audit and assurance. This is again a new subject. Audit and assurance is like audit is the everybody would have heard the word called audit. So what does it mean? That when somebody as an accountant, if you go for the auditing profession, so what is your responsibility? How you should be doing a particular audit assignment? What are the documentation that you should be keeping with you as your audit assignment? What are the inquiries that you should do? How you will deal with the some sort of ethical dilemmas, like say for example, if your client is saying that no, I want to do this kind of a manipulative account and give the very rosy picture about my financial statement and business performance. So how do you handle that situation if you come across any findings which is not in line with not in line with the ethical principles, then what you should do? So all those aspects will be tested here. And the last is a financial management. So it's a very simple that as an organization, there is a finance manager who handles like how to raise the funds. Then, because see, how you run the business is basically you raise the funds, you invest the funds, you earn the returns, and you give it back to your investors. Correct? So how to raise the funds, where to invest the funds, and whether you want to keep the funds with you that you have generated into the business, or you want to give it as a dividend to your investors. So this is how your fundamental level exams are made up of. Now, important here is this will be the testing phase of your exam. How the exams are conducted? It's a once in a quarter. It's again all computer based exam. Examination schedules are first week of the March, June, September and December. So yesterday, I mean the ACCA exams is going on for the December sitting. So once you are done, and generally by January the results come out. Result comes out by the mid of January for the December exam. Once you again here you can appear for the any order. You need not be necessarily F4 to F9 in the ascending or the descending order. You can pick up any paper that you want to appear, but you, before going to the professional level, you will have to ensure that you have cleared all the 9 papers, all the 6 papers of the skill level. Once you are through with the skills level, you will move to the professional level. Professional level comes with a very distinctive way and approach here. So once you are through with your application fundamentals, once you are through with your learning fundamentals, now at a professional level you are seen as an expertise. So there will be a bigger challenge that you will be exposed to, and how to handle that challenge. Say for example, company is in dilemma, something wrong has happened. So by applying what principles, by applying what mindset, by applying what are the best possible solution that you have learned, you will have to give a recommendation, advice, research and everything. So here the questions will be like recommend, advise, suggest, prepare a study research report, kind of those things. So here you will be like an expert, and as an expert you will have to address to a given scenario, a given situation. So here the paper pattern is now completely a detailed writing. It's like a proper case study. Again, from March 21 in India, it will be becoming a computer based exam, but so far it is like handwritten exams. There are 2 papers, SBR and SBL. Strategic business leader is nothing but dealing with the leadership principle. How as a leader, say for example, if you are sitting into the board of director of a particular large corporate company, so what all your responsibility should be. So your responsibility is to is like, see whether company is doing an appropriate way in terms of the ethical manner, the good profits earnings are there, governance is good, then there are the systems and processes are in the place, there are the proper approaches are there, you represent in a correct manner to your investors and the shareholders. So the strategic business leader is a quite detailed. So I would say it is a combination of all 6 skills level paper, a little bit of it, little bit of it, little bit of it made up of the entire business leadership. But it is more to do with the human behavior, leadership principles, motivation theories. Then there is a corporate governance related issues and all those things. So this is the strategic business leadership. The paper pattern is like 25 marks, 4 questions. All 4 are compulsory. There will be a case study. That case study have to be solved. So that's how it is. Strategic business reporting is generally what happens that every large company, they present their financial statements. In a present their financial statement, if they are listed, then they will have to present quarterly to the board. I mean stock exchanges. If it is not listed, then they will have to publish it annually on the, say for example, the UK Company Code or India Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So what are the aspects of the strategic business reporting? So it is a very high and advanced version of F7. That's a financial reporting's high and very advanced level of the F7. These 2 papers are compulsory. These 2 papers you will have to opt for. Then there are 4 options are available. So again, these are like the name itself suggests: advanced audit and assurance, advanced taxation. Again, it comes with multiple variants: advanced performance management and advanced financial management. It is again a very high level of the what you have learned at the skills level. So out of 4, you will have to opt for 2. Once you are through with all the 14 papers, you are eligible to become a ACCA member. But along with that, you will have to take 36 months of the practical experience. Now, interesting part of this practical experience, it need not to be a very hardcore articleship like in CA. So say for example, many of you would be working along with your studies. Say for example, if you are pursuing your graduation and you are working in a departmental store as an accountant, and if your job role is got anything to do with all this 9 papers, then also it will be counted as a practical experience. Say for example, if you are working in a very small restaurant, helping in the preparation of the tax filing and everything, then also it will be counted as a practical experience. So the only thing is that you will have to do is that you just have to get a certificate from your manager, who should be like a recognized. So definitely, most of when you are working into accounting or the chartered taxation kind of the thing, so definitely you'll be working with a chartered accountant. So you just have to get a certificate from them, and that will be more than enough. 36 months, Mohammed. It's a 36 months, so 3 years. But again, the 3 years is any form, even if it's in a bits and pieces with the breaks, everything will work. But the only thing that you will have to arrange is your experience certificate. There is a portal. Once you register yourself as an ACCA student, the automatically this practical experience requirement portal will get opened, and in that portal you will have to get in a certification from your manager with whom you have worked. Once you are done with this, you will be qualified as a ACCA member. Now, what ACCA has done, so can we pursue practical experience, I mean masters in UK, after clearing all 14 papers? I didn't get your question. Can we pursue practical experience after clearing? I mean, it is up to you. It is up to you. So, see, if you have not got practical experience, till the time you are not an ACCA member, you are still an ACCA affiliate. Okay. So, if you are, say, for example, if you are through with all the papers, all the 14 papers, but you don't have the practical experience, then you will be designated as an ACCA affiliate. And once you complete your 36-month experience, you will become an ACCA member. Now, interesting part here is that any further question here on the curriculum, studies, and everything. There's a one question which is open, internationally recognized course for or practice. I'll address it at a later part, so don't worry. Anything to do with the curriculum, I'll address it right away. Okay. I hope no questions. Then there is an interesting thing. Nikansha, you have raised your hand, so I'll allow you to speak. Please let me know what is your concern. Nikansha, you will have to unmute yourself.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one thing sir, अगर मैं यहाँ पे परस्यू करती हूँ ACCA, तो मैं यूके की मल्टीनेशनल में काम कर सकती हूँ या उसकी यहाँ फ्रेंचाइज MNC?
Yes. Even if you pursue, so see, Nikansha, I'll address it in global, in generic only. A very good question. Eventually, so see, what would happen that wherever you do, okay. So I have got many of my students who come down from the Gulf countries, because Gulf countries don't have the sufficient number of the coaching facility available. So
Yes, sir.
they here from the Gulf countries, they take a coaching year and they go and settle in the UK, or they go settle into the Gulf countries, and they work in the MNC companies. So it's from wherever you do the ACCA, it's irrespective of that. Eventually, you have to have this qualification. That's the most important thing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So now, interesting part here. So some of you would have maybe completed the BCom. Some of you would have done the MBA. Some of you would have done some other curriculum. So those papers, so ACCA has done exclusive tie-ups with those universities, and they give a exemption of the certain papers. So for example, if you are a CA, which I mean, as in a CA, I opted for that exemption. I don't have to appear for all the 9 papers. I will have to appear only professional level paper. So this upper box I will have to appear. I had to appear. So by paying a minimal exemption fees, I will appear for the professional level exams and I get through. So there are multiple exemptions are available. So how to search it? It is a pretty simple, and here it is also given in the slide. So I'll just show you how you can search it on online. So you don't have to do anything. ACCA exemption calculator. If you search that, you will be taken to that particular website. Now it's pretty simple how you want to do it. So say for example, I'm doing a Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I'm saying India. Then I'm saying search. So say for example, uh, if you are a chartered accountant, then this is the thing, and which year of the qualification, say for example 2018. So whatever the course that you have done, say for example if you are completed chartered accountant, or you have completed only your PE2 or the inter, then click on that and you'll get the exemption listing here. Okay, sorry, I think I did. uh Wait a second. Cost accountants. So 5 years fellow member. So see, these many papers you have as an exemption. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the 9 papers will be exempt if you are the member of a cost accountant. So this is how you can calculate your exemptions. It is a pretty straightforward, and it is given in this PPT also. But if you want to get it a very specific, you can take that. Kansha, again you have raised your hand, so I'm allowing you to talk. Kansha, sorry. Uh, Tell me.
Sir, I'm pursuing for CS final year. So I also get some exemption in ACCA exams.
Yes. There are exemption. You can check it out on the link that I've shared, and it will come as a later part also. In the later part, like what are the exemption available for the CAS qualified? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So see the companies that recognize, definitely the big four accounting firms like PwC, EY, KPMG, Deloitte, Grant Thornton, BDO are all well famous and well known accounting firms that they definitely take. And besides that, there are these multinationals which also hire the ACCAs, and these are the well known brands who has a very good tie up with the ACCA as employers. So these are the some testimonies, definitely both from the university level and from the members and everyone. These are the few quite old members. I know them, quite a few of them personally. So yeah, uh, if I were to put it as a future, you become a ACCA qualified, you start your career maybe in KPMG India, and probably you get a mobility to the USA. You move to the London, you move to the Germany, and then you eventually retire somewhere at a very senior level. So this is how it is. Like, what are the domains where you can actually work up? So corporate reporting, which is a financial reporting, leadership and management, financial management, management accounting, taxation, audit, assurance, risk governance control, stakeholder relationship management, professionalism and ethics. So these are the areas where you can work for. So where all things, what all things that you can do, restructuring the business, so mergers and acquisition, if you want to sell off some division, whether it will be a profitable or not, pricing, at what price you want to, if you are entering into a new market, you are entering into a new product, so what pricing that you should be determined, audit of the large organization, fraud detection, business wind up, decide which business to acquire, mergers and acquisition, best source of finance, tax compliances, tax plannings, so all these things would come here. Now see, this is a salary which is little bit outdated. So I would definitely add 20 to 25% on the number which is mentioned here. So in India, it starts with 5 lakhs to 14 lakhs. Dubai, it's 5 lakhs to 25 lakhs. UK up to 30 lakhs. USA, it's quite higher. Singapore is also very good opportunity. So yeah, these are the some publications. These are the top career opportunities, and this is the exemptions which is given here. Nikansha, once again you have raised your hand, so allowing you to talk.
Sir, the countries you have mentioned, we can work as an accountant after pursuing ACCA.
Yeah. So Nikansha, that's the whole flavor of this. You know, uh, you you need to be accountant qualified. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
there are ways to consider. Say for example, if you are uh, only specific to the, say for example, Australia accountant, then
Yes.
probably you might get the job in the Australia only. But if you have done the ACCA in Australia, I mean, if you have done the ACCA, so initially you worked as an Australia accountant. Then because you have done the ACCA, you can work as a Singapore accountant also. So that's the whole flavor of it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So these are the exemptions. The very good part of it, uh, whatever is the exemption fees that you talk about, is a definitely, if you do it directly, then it is a slightly higher. But if you do it through the EduPristine, because EduPristine is a gold member, you will you will get it at a heavily discounted rates. So I would recommend, because if you are enrolling with the EduPristine as a your this thing, then you should do your exemption also with. So now about EduPristine quickly. Uh, it is a part of Athlem Global Education, which is a New York Stock Exchange registered company. It employs. It's a $3 billion dollar company, having 9 institutions and company with a 16,000 spread across 145 location, 150,000 degree seeking students, and specialized into the accounting and finance, and has a strong online classroom and a training platform. So highlights, if you say that it's a network of a 50,000 plus students, 6 cities in India, faculty pool of 600 plus industry experts like myself, soft skills training and 100% job assistance. So this is another important part which is very distinctive. So here in the soft skill training, you will be provided with your insights like how to present, how to communicate, how to intricate yourself, and how to prepare yourself ready for the global opportunities, resume building, placement assistance, and everything. So, why you should opt for the ACCA is basically career counseling. Here, what happens? The dedicated mentor is assigned to the each student, and wherever you are stuck with, wherever you are facing a challenge in terms of any papers or learning, then you will be navigated through that particular career counselor, and they will help you to solve your dilemmas and doubts. Complete classroom training and LVC preparation for exam by ACCA and CA qualified faculty with significant experience. The way I mentioned, I described about myself, they have the faculty pool of 600 plus expertise. Assistance for ACCA registration. So once you are determined, they themselves would help you to enroll, the registration, upload the papers. They will help you to get the exemptions also if you are eligible. So all those things will be helped by the ACCA. And we are using the best of the study material, which is the Kaplan Publishing, and we are the gold certified partners by the ACCA. Soft skill development program I mentioned, 100% placement assistant after completion of exam, Mentor assigned to the each student for 100% support during the program. Register once and attend classroom training till the time you clear the exam. So if you want to do the repetitive sittings in the classrooms, if those batches are available, you can sit, because the idea here is that many times you may not be comfortable in the first batch. Probably you would not have understood something from the some faculty, so you have an option to sit into the other faculty. Soft skill trainings is made up of like proficiency in the speaking, self-awareness of the strength and areas of the management, ability to understand the communication, communicate one's thought with the clarity, openness, reasons. So my daughter would be completing CA, CMS, and CMA exam by June 2021. How much for doing ACCA after the exemptions? So, madam, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll finish this slide, and then I'll come to that. Ability to communicate one's thought with the clarity, openness, and reason. Understand the impact of one has on others. Skills, presentation, feedback, inquiries, and everything. So that is another very distinctive part. How the entire framework of the EduPristine's course guidance. So there is a learning management system access. So in nowadays, because of the lockdown and everything, majority of the classrooms are conducted online. So whatever the classrooms are conducted online, if you can see, it is getting recorded here, recording to the cloud. So once the recording is done, it will be uploaded into the LMS, and you can retrieve it at any point in time if you have missed it. In case if you have a doubt, there is a discussion forums. You can post your doubts and queries over there. It will be gone, it will be allocated, dedicated, it will be navigated to the particular professor. Within 24 hours it will be responded. There is a support team. You can always write with respect to the faculty, content, admin, whatever doubts you have. And after course engagement also, frequent seminar, webinar updates, then the placement assistance and everything. So these are the four frameworks. uh, I'll come to this. The faculty rating is, this is the most important part. So despite being a 7 years of the experience with the EduPristine, I still teach with that level of the enthusiasm, because I'll be rated. So you students, as a students, you will be rating me after each classes, not after each batch, after each classes. So if my ratings is going down for X, Y, and Z reason, then I get a red flag, a reminder. Then I get a red flag, and if it is not getting improved, they will literally change the faculty. So I have seen this is happening, and the students' average rating of 4.8 in the last 3 years of the average. So in the placement assistance, you have the resume building, interview preparations, placement lead. There is a live classroom training, online classroom training. Both has its own. So for example, if you are not residing into those 6 cities mentioned, then there is an option available for the online classroom training. It comes with a very fascinating infrastructure. No concern at all. If you are into the the cities where the trainings are conducted, then you can go for the live classroom training. Both are exactly same exam simulation, or both are exactly same, bearing apart the differences between the online and offline stuff. So classroom training fees uh, is per paper is 22,000 only, uh, including training books, tutorial, mock test. Online training fees is 19,000, including training books, tutorial, and mock test. Level wise fees will differ. So this will be explained in detail. Extremely sorry. Once you reach out to the coordinator, exam fee per paper, that is that is the link given here. So this is basically by the EduPristine. This is basically by the ACCA. So what does it mean? That whatever is the fees will be updated here. So initial registration fees is 30 pounds. If you have lost your registrations, then it's a, if you want to re-register, then this. Applied knowledge level exams fees is 84 pounds, and applied skill level exams is 111 11 pounds. So this is how it is. And these are the entry, exam entry wise, and each paper wise there is a fees. Okay. So this is how you have to. Okay. So this is SBL paper. This is a professional level paper. Again, it's a completely differing. So this keeps on fluctuating. But in nutshell, the approximately cost for the 3 years would be around 3,50,000 to 4 lakhs rupees, including your training. And madam, your question with respect to your daughter, if uh, she is completing the CA, then she will have to appear for 4 papers only, which is approximating 80,000 for the examination, and somewhere around 50,000 for the classroom training. Not 50,000, sorry, 100,000 approximately for the classroom training. So 180,000 is the total fees that I'll be talking about. And exemption fees is like somewhere you have a waiver through the EduPristine. But for the very accurate and the specific number, you will have to get in touch with the coordinator, because the exemption fees, there is a certain schemes which are going on, which are being offered by the ACCA to the gold partners. So I cannot give you the exact figure as of now, but yes, it would be in the range of 150,000 to 200,000. That's a 1,50,000 to 2 lakhs rupees. So that's how it is. And yeah, so in case if you are finding it financially challenging, you can avail the educational loans, because they have a tie-ups with the Avance and Cadila. Both are the well-known this thing. So payment modes are this: you can make a payment in any of the any of this particular form. And yeah, so exams are conducted 4 times in a year, bearing apart the skill, I mean knowledge level, because that is MCQ. You can appear at any point in time if you want to appear. So that's so. Any questions? I open this forum for the questions. If you have Mohammed, you have raised your hand, so I'm allowing you to talk.
Sir, like how about the professional papers? Like, will that be like 30, 30, 40, like you explained?
No, so it will be 25 marks, 4 questions, 100 marks.
Is that a case studies or
It's a complete case
will
study.
that be
Complete case study. Yeah.
all the advanced papers?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do they count the articles
And is the
training period to become a member? Yes, definitely they do count. So, Mohammed, any other question?
like is it possible if I work at the same time and like pursue this course?
Yes, very much. Majority of my students belong to this category only. Either they have,
Okay.
yeah. So if you are at
Yeah.
professional level, majority of the students are working, and if you are at a skill or
Mm.
knowledge level, they are either part-time working, appearing for the college, and they are doing it. So it's very much doable. So in entirety, it would take around 3 years. Even if you are a very academically, your performance is at average, you can easily manage through within 3 years. So if somebody is starting after a 12th standard, I mean, with this 12th standard or after 12th standard, by the time he or she become a graduate, the 1 or 2 paper would be left upon. And so 3 years plus some 3-4 months, and you are through with the entire this thing. Any other question? Yeah. uh Madam, CPA, CFA, ACCA. Now, see, all these three are very distinct in itself, nowhere comparable. CPA is basically if you want to go to the US and do the practice, that's why it is required. CFA is something to do the financial analysis. Generally, the person who does the CFA gets hired into the banks, so they join the banking sector. And ACCA is an accounting and compliance related qualification. So it completely depends. But with respect to the industry opportunities, the CPA has a more demand because the ACCA has a more demand because CPA is first of all specific to the geography. Like if you do the CPA in US and you come down to India, it is of no use, because in India or nowhere in the world the CPA is recognized. but ACCA is recognized everywhere in the world. So that's a distinction. So ACCA has a more renderability compared to the CFA and CPA, because CFA, again, you will have to get that kind of the financial analysis role, which is a very narrowed down segment of the employment. So again, it becomes a little difficult to get that level of value from the CFA. Mohammed, you have raised your hand. So should I allow you to talk?
Yeah, like will a finance sector, like I work in a finance sector, will that experience be considered, or should I get a experience
Yes, yes,
certificate?
yes. You will be considered. It will be considered. So what exactly you do in the finance sector?
I work in BNY Mellon as a in a transfer agency team. I deal in mutual funds and every transaction in it. So will that be considered for my
Yes, it will
experience?
be. It will be considered. It will be considered.
Okay, thank you.
Great. So there is another hand raise from the Nikansha. Yeah, Nikansha.
सर मैं CES फाइनल ईयर परस्यू कर रही हूँ, तो सर मुझे क्या एग्जम्पशंस मिलती हैं ये ACCA में?
बताया ना निकांशा, आपको एक पेपर एग्जाम्ड है, F4 का ही पेपर एग्जाम्ड है, बिकॉज बाकी का कोई भी करिकुलम CS में कवर नहीं होता है. So that's it. You will get a F4 papers exam, but you will have to appear for the 12 papers.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
Any other questions? So see, it need not be necessary that you ask all your questions now. After doing so, what I would suggest on the concluding note here, two things, that because see, I get a many opportunity to get to go to the other institute also, because they pay me very good, but the kind of the results, the kind of the infrastructure that we provide in the EduPristine is quite distinctive. So that's the reason I never thought of moving out. And I've seen that kind of the success rate, like in my batch itself, I always see the success rate of 80%. So again, the one thing is, give a serious consideration to this, and I would say spend more time on going through the ACCA website. Again, after doing that, if you find that you have the still many doubts available, you can always reach out. You can always reach out to the coordinator through whom you have got this exams, through you got this particular invitation. So it's not like that the seminar is over, then you don't have any option to solve your doubt. You can always, and in case if they will not be able to solve it, if you have any technical doubt, they will again navigate it to me, and I'll be addressing it to it. So Avnit, the next question is, accounting career. So can I pursue my career in finance after? So accounting is a basics of it, but it is an accounting and finance curriculum. So yes, you can be always into the finance and accounts. So it's a basics of it, but the name itself suggests the flavor, the base flavor is of his accounting. You are appearing for the CA enter exam in January. Should I wait till my finals, or should I enroll DCC after I passed my CA enter exams? See, now I don't know. Your name is coming as a Galaxy J7 Next. So, Mr. or Mrs., I don't know. See, my point of view here is that if you wait for your finals, then you will have to go through the rigorous articleship of the 3 years and then finals. So I would suggest, meanwhile you enroll yourself for the ACCA, complete the majority of the knowledge level papers along with your articleship. Okay, by the time your articleship will get over, you will be eligible for your CA final, so that your 3 years of working experience gets counted, and you will be the CA and ACCA by the time you come out with the CA. So don't wait till your CA final, rather you enroll now only after your CA enter exam. So after clearing your CA enter exams. So that's my suggestion. So friends, if any other questions, we'll wait for a couple of more minutes and then we'll wind up. And thank you very much for allowing this opportunity to present ourselves in front of you. to assist you, to guide you. It's the best. And the way I mentioned, there are certain exclusive benefits if you enroll through the EduPristine compared to what you do directly or you do it through some other institutions. So give a serious thought. If you have any doubts in the future, you can definitely get in touch with the coordinator from whom you got this invite. They will be reaching you out to understand what are your plans, how you want to navigate, and these things would happen. So thank you very much. So friends, I'm doing as a part of this exercise. I will have to take a feedback. So I'm launching a polls. Please rate on those polls, and after rating on those polls, we can end up the session. Salary package for the ACCA affiliate is as good as the ACCA qualified. The only thing is that they might be treating you as in a initial 1 year as a, what you can say, the internship kind of the phase, but it will not be significantly lower. It will be 20-30% lesser than the ACCA qualified package. Hey friends, request you to give the feedback. That's important. Any other doubts, any other questions as we complete towards a feedback? I think 4 more people are left. 8 of you have given the feedback. Okay, we have a new questions here. Yeah, Avnit. Avnit, I've already addressed your question, correct? That accounting career. So can you pursue in the finance? Yes, definitely you can pursue in the finance. But basic is accounting, but you have the completely what you can say, complete flavor of the finance qualification into it. So I have seen many of the ACCA qualified worked in the strategic finance role, and it's quite often. So don't go by the literal name. So like Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Okay. So what does it mean? Chartered accountants does not mean it's a accountants. It's like a accounts and finance both. Okay. Yes, Dhruva. EduPristine has a center in the Bangalore. But I think if the number of students are not more, then probably they would enroll you for the online classroom only. But still, you check it out. Two of you have left. Can you please? Only I'm allowing you to talk because you have raised your hand. So I think we are good. We are good to end this. All the very best, all of you, and we'll look forward to have you as our student. Please feel free to reach out any point in time for whatever doubts you have. Thank you everyone. Have a safe weekend.